Good morning, children. Last class we have seen about production of wool, isn't it? So today we are going to see about production of silk. So silk is an animal fiber which is obtained from the thread-like filament spun by silkworms. Okay, so it is the animal fiber which is obtained from the silkworm. Okay, so silkworm will produce a thread-like filament which is obtained as silk. So silk is soft and lustrous. Silk does not conduct heat and it is a good insulator and keeps us warm in winter and cool in summer. Okay, so this is about silk. So silk is an animal fiber which is obtained from the silkworm. The nature of silk is it is soft and lustrous and does not conduct heat. It is a good insulator which will keep us warm in winter and cool in summer. So first we can see life cycle of silk moth. Okay, so silk is obtained from silkworm now. So first we can see about life cycle of silk moth. So silkworm is the larvae or caterpillar of the silk moth. Okay, so silkworm means it is the larvae or caterpillar of the silk moth. Mulberry silk moth is the common silk moth which is used for obtaining silk. Female silkworm is shorter and stouter than male. That means shorter, that is it is very short, and stouter. Stouter means it is fatter than male. And female silk moth, it will lay 300 to 400 eggs at a time on mulberry leaves. Now after some days, after laying eggs, after some days egg hatch and blood larvae or silkworms is emerged or released out from the egg. This larval stage of silk moth, it lasts for about 27 to 28 days. Okay, so the larval stage of the silkworms or silk moth, it will last for about 27 to 28 days. So silk moth will be remains for 27 to 28 days in its larval stage. After 28 days, the larvae shed their skin 4 times. So within these 28 days, the larvae will shed their skin for 4 times. The process of shedding their skin is called as molting. Okay, so larval stage will last for about 27 to 28 days. Within this 27 to 28 days, the larvae will shed their skin 4 times. Okay, so the process of shedding their skin during larval stage is called as molting. Silkworms, that is the larvae of silk moth, it feed on mulberry leaves. So they will eat mulberry leaves and develop glands which will produce silk. Silkworm secrete fine filaments from their glands. Okay, so they will feed on mulberry leaves and develop glands which produce silk. So from the glands will secrete fine filaments. Okay, that is called as silk, which is rich in protein, and when these fine filaments exposed to air, it become hard. So the filaments which is hard, it will be deposited in the form of layers which result in the formation of cocoon. Inside the cocoon, silkworm transform it into a chrysalis, that is called pupa. That stage is called as pupa. Okay, so inside the cocoon, silkworm transform it into a chrysalis. That stage is called as pupa. After this pupa stage, this pupa again develop inside the cocoon and transform into adult. Okay, so this is the life cycle of silk moth. Okay, and silk fibers are obtained from the cocoon of silkworm. When it is in the cocoon stage only, the silk can be obtained as a fibers by the silk rearers. Understood, children? So I hope that you understood about life cycle of silkworm. Here you can see the picture of life cycle of silkworm. So once again we will see. So the female silk moth, it will lay eggs on the mulberry leaves. So it will lay how many eggs? 300 to 400 eggs at a time on leaves. Okay, after some days the egg catch and the black larvae or silkworm will be emerged. Okay, so the larval stage will last for about 27 to 28 days. During this stage, the larvae shed their skin 4 times. This process is called what? Molting. Yes, and after that, the silkworm, it will feed on mulberry leaves. They will eat mulberry leaves and develop glands that produce silk. So the silkworms secrete fine filaments from the glands, which are made of protein and harden on exposure to air. The filaments deposited in layers forms cocoon. Okay, so the layers which is secreted by the glands, which is rich in protein, it is deposited as a layer which form a cocoon. Okay, inside the cocoon, the silkworm itself transform into chrysalis, that stage is called as pupa. After that, the silkworm continues to develop inside the cocoon and changes into an adult moth. And silk fibers are obtained from the cocoon of the silkworms. Understood, children? Now we can see about production of silk. So the rearing of silkworms at its cocoon stage for the production of silk is called the sericulture. Okay, rearing means taking. Okay, so rearing of silkworms for the production of silk is called the sericulture. What is meant by sericulture? Rearing of silkworms for the production of silk. So first step is silkworm lay eggs. Yes, so that eggs, they will take the laid eggs and they warm. Okay, so the silkworm eggs are warmed. Warmed means they are heated, and so when they become hot, the egg will catch. Yes, so why they are heating means to put in condition for hatching. After hatching, larvae spread on. So after hatching, the egg will develop into larvae stage. No, so that larvae, they will spread on bamboo rays. Okay, bamboo trays to grow and feed on chopped mulberry leaves. So in bamboo trays, they will keep the chopped mulberry leaves. Okay, small chopped mulberry leaves. Upon that, they will spread the larvae. So this will be allowed. That means they will spread the larvae on bamboo trays to grow, and it is fed by chopped mulberry leaves for about a month. So for 1 month they will spread the larvae stage on the bamboo trays, and they will feed with mulberry leaves. Okay, so that The larvae will eat mulberry leaves and they will increase in size. After that, the tux or rake is placed on the trays after the caterpillar stop eating. So once they developed into larval stage, again they will develop the glands to secrete the filaments called cocoons. Yes. So they have to collect the spinning cocoons. For that, they will keep the tux. Tux means small leaves. Okay, small leaves or rack which is placed on the trays after the caterpillar stop eating and start spinning cocoons. Okay, so once a caterpillar develop into larvae, it develop glands and secrete the thin filament. That time they will keep a tux or rack to collect the cocoons, so that the cocoon get attached to this tux or rack. After they will collect the cocoons, they will sort the cocoon according to the color, size and shape. Okay, sorting means selecting according to the color, size and shape. So cocoon obtained may be white, yellow or grey in color. Then the selected cocoons are boiled in hot water. They will after boiling in water, they will keep the cocoon under sun, or they will treat it in oven for drying. Okay, why means to kill the larvae inside. So once the cocoon get heated, it will kill the larvae stage of the silk moth, and only the thin filaments will be separated. Okay, for that they will boil it in hot water. Alternatively, they will boil in the cold water. Okay, the cocoons are boiled in hot water and cold water alternatively. Why they are boiling and again they will cool it means because to loosen the filament. You know, once it will deposited as a layer of filament, then when it is exposed to air, it become hard. Yes, so to loosen the filament produced by the larvae at its cocoon stage, it have to be placed in hot and cold water alternatively. After that, the loosened filament will be taken out from the cocoon. That process is called as reeling. Okay, so the reeling means it is the process of separating the filament from the cocoon. Okay, so reeling means what? It is the process of separating the filament from the cocoon. Then the silk thread which is obtained from the cocoon is dyed. Dyed means colored and woven into silk fabric. So different varieties of silk moth will produce different varieties of silk called tussar silk, muga silk and hosa silk. Okay, so different varieties of silk moth will produce different varieties of silk such as tussar silk, muga silk, hosa silk. Now we can see about, this is about production of silk. Now we can see about health hazards in wool and silk industry. So health hazards are associated with almost every industry. Now here we are seeing some health hazards in wool and silk industry. In the industry, workers sort wool often suffer from a fatal disease called anthrax, or it is also called the sorter's disease, which is caused by the infection of anthrax bacteria. Okay, so in wool industry, workers who are sorting means selecting the wool, they will suffer by anthrax or sorter's disease, which is caused by the infection of anthrax bacteria. Then workers who are working in silk industry, they will dip their bare hands into hot water. We know that cocoons have to be exposed into hot and cold water alternatively. So when they are working, that workers will dip their bare hands into the hot water, which causes blisters and open wounds or injuries on their hands, which also cause infection. So reeling of silk, during reeling of silk thread, the workers have to stand for 12 to 16 hours in a day. So continuously they will stand for 12 to 16 hours while they are reeling the silk thread. Okay, which will cause backaches, spine problems, or problem related to vision. So they have to select the thread which is the fine quality of silk thread only they will select, others they have to reject. So carefully they have to focus towards the silk fibers, so they will get the problem related to vision also. Okay, then so workers who are exposed to continuous vapor from the boiling cocoons, no, so they will be alternatively changing from hot water to cold water. So often they will exposed to continuous vapor from the boiling cocoons and diesel fumes from machines. They will get some respiratory disease called asthma and bronchitis. Okay, so these are some of the health hazard which is faced by the workers who are working in wool and silk industry. I hope that you all understand about this topic. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. I've sent notes through WhatsApp. Please copy the notes and read. Thank you, children.